Hey, Miguel Dorati back here on the CRP, and we're going to get into a wage rage on the UFC side. The MMA world is hot. The UFC on a nice run. They are in Philadelphia this weekend, Saturday, March 30th. The UFC on ESPN2. We've got the start of fight week here. We're going to go through the main card odds, just give you the odds. We'll be looking at them throughout the week. We'll see how they change after the weigh-ins, and we'll give you the full report here. Heading into fight week, in the featherweight division, opening up the main card, you've got Sodiq Yusuff taking on Sheymon Moraes. Yusuff minus 175 favorite, Moraes plus 155. Moving up to light heavyweight, you've got giant Kennedy Nzechukwu, a minus 240 favorite over Paul Craig. Craig at plus 200. Nzechukwu from the contender series, a lot of potential, just a large man for light heavyweight. They list him as 6'6". He looks every bit of it, and he's putting together, the talent at some point. We'll see how he continues to climb the UFC ladder. But Nzechukwu, definitely someone to watch in that weight class. Strawweights in the ladies, you got Michelle Waterson plus 130 as she faces Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Kowalkiewicz minus 150 favorite. Heading up into the more featured bouts, we got in the featherweight division Michael Johnson, Josh Emmett. Near pick'em fight, Johnson minus 115 right now, Emmett at minus 105. Middleweights, you got Jack Hermanson minus 125, David Branch at plus 105. I'm not sure about that. Branch, in middleweight and light heavyweight champion with the World Series of Fighting, to me, he was a pretty talented fighter off of the UFC roster. The UFC usually grabs guys like that, doesn't do them any favors. They haven't done Branch any favors. Branch hasn't exactly, been on a superstar run either. But, here, I think Branch may be a lot, what I'm questioning about Branch is the return to middleweight. Yeah, when you get to the UFC, you want to be at your sharpest. Usually people think I'll get tightened up on weight, and that's right. But there's been a lot of success for people who gain weight, and Branch has already fought at 205 a lot. Maybe he didn't like the landscape of the UFC's 205-pounders, or whatever it goes, but he's an underdog to Jack Hermanson at plus 105. Very slight, but we'll see if that money stays that way or any money comes in on David Branch. In the main event, this one's got everyone fired up. Edson Barboza favored at minus 155, taking on Justin Gaethje. Gaethje, another WSOF veteran, hadn't been nice to him on the UFC matchmaking side, running him in with hard people. Barboza, right up his alley. It's going to be a striker's fest. Gaethje at plus 135. That could be an underdog call as well. And we'll see. I'm Miguel Dorati. Those are the odds for the start of fight week, the UFC in Philadelphia. UFC on ESPN2, Saturday, March 30th. And we'll talk to you after the weigh-ins and give you a final look at the odds as we head into fight day.